Hello and welcome to day 5. Today I thought we're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about values. Now, why are values important? Well, values are important because values drive your motivation, values are at the core of your identity, and values is pretty much, when you're cross and you feel really frustrated, it's because a value of yours has been compromised or maybe even, completely ignored. So values are really important. Now, how do we kind of define our values? How do we know what our values are? Well, have a think about this. I give you a couple of options and then you'll probably start to figure out your own values. So some people's values are things like, for instance, love. Love is a value that most people have in common. Things like honesty, authenticity, trust, things like that. Safety, security. It might be acknowledgement. Some people might put success as a value on their list. Or what about relationships? What about being generous, generosity? Those are all values. And now there's a huge list. For some of you, because you're younger, maybe something like, or actually it doesn't have to do anything with age, to be frank. Beauty can be a value as well. And beauty normally is something that is a mean value, not necessarily an end value. I'll give you an example what a mean value is and what an end value is. Money, for instance. Let's take money as an example. So money is a mean value. And the way you figure out if something is a mean value is you ask, what does it get me? Why do I want it? What does it get me? So let's say we're looking at money. So here I am and I'm saying, okay, money is one of my values. And I ask myself, okay, what does money get me? Well, money gets me the opportunity to buy loads of really great things. And it's, okay, cool. So what would I want to buy if I had loads of money? Let's say I would want to buy a sports car. Okay, so I buy a sports car. What does the sports car get me? Oh, maybe I'm going to be more popular. Okay, so what does more popular get you? Well, I'm going to be, more liked. I have more friends. Okay, and what does more friends get you? Oh, well, maybe I don't feel so lonely anymore. Okay, and what does not feeling lonely get me? Well, not feeling lonely makes me feel loved. And so the end value is love, rather than the mean value that we started with, which was money. So that's a way of testing it. So every time from now on, when you feel you get cross or you get angry, you want to interrogate with yourself, what is it that has been compromised? What is it that is really dear to you, that is really important to you, that has been compromised? And that, at the bottom of that, is a value. So what I would like to encourage you guys to do is to start writing a list of 10 values that you think are important in your life. Why would you want to know what your values are? Because values, as I said earlier on, drive your motivation. They drive a lot of things in your life, including your identity, your beliefs. They are linked to a lot of things that are important to your life and to your happiness. For instance, whether you have already a job or you're still at school, let's say you're looking for a job, you want to sign up with a company whose values are in line with yours. If they don't value things like, trust or honesty, why would you want to work with them? Because you know that sooner or later they're going to compromise your important value, which is trust and honesty. If a value of yours is fun, you might want to work for a company that is also fun, because, if a company is only dead serious, you're probably not going to like it. Now, obviously, you can't, sometimes you do have to compromise, but ideally you want to go and look for something that is as close as possible to what you actually want. Relationships, same thing. If you have your first boyfriend or girlfriend, or you're in a stable relationship, if you have the same values, it will make it more stable, it will last longer, that's for sure. If you have completely different values, it's more likely that you're going to have a fight and that it's not going to work out. So values are really important. And so now you have learned how to figure out what a value is, and I've given you a couple of ideas. Write down a list of 10 values and see how you go. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about how values come into our lives in different areas. We talked about motivation, so I'll talk a little bit more about that in another chapter. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.